Good morning. My name is CT and I own Sierra Blue, full service digital media agency. Today is February 24th, 2024. This video, I'm going to try to keep it under 5 minutes. So I'm going to talk fast, but I'm using YouTube. So hopefully, if you need to, you can slow it down. This is unscripted. I've been working in this space for 10 years. I began in 2014, but actually, I began advertising with Google in 2004. So I've got 20 years of experience with Google advertising, and that's about half the pie. So there's three parts to this video. The first is what is Google for nonprofits? Okay, that's really two parts. And then how to get a Google for nonprofit grant, and then how to use it. That's it. So what is it? It's basically two things. The Google for Nonprofits program consists of the ad grant, which is the $120,000 annual in-kind donation. I'll get back to that in a second. The other half is Workspace. So what I find with especially smaller nonprofits, uh, they don't have a consistent workflow in terms of a server, the email systems. You want everything synchronized. So good example would be we get everybody a domain email. So it would be, whether it's Tom, Larry, Susan, Javier at yourdomain.org, right? So you get all the emails, and that's free. Then you would be allocated 100 gigs per user, and that's for everything, for all your storage, email, files, folders, music, whatever it is your nonprofit needs storage for. Then you can allocate different security levels. So obviously, the board and executive director would have higher level access to data in your cloud than, say, a volunteer or patron. Um, so that's that in a nutshell in terms of Workspace, right? So you would get Workspace for free. Again, to recap, that's 100 gigs per user. That's unlimited email addresses, professional. So you use your domain. Secure cloud storage for all of your documents and data. And then that's kind of like the big picture there. Of course, there's a lot of other things involved. You get your Drive, which comes with your docs, sheets, and all kinds of apps that Google apps that your organization can use for free. Then, okay, so Workspace is one, but the one everybody seems to be really interested in, and they're both equally important, but is the money part, which is an in-kind donation. And as you know, an in-kind donation is a donation made or given to your org that you can use specified by the donor. And so in this case, you're given 10,000 bucks a month for a year, so $120,000 total to use for advertising. And you can use that in many ways: outreach, education, volunteer recruitment, publicity, fundraising, event, um, promoting events. So, for example, I've got one I've been working on since December. I've been with the North Tahoe Snowfest now as a volunteer for just over 10 years, and it's a 10-day festival in North Tahoe that raises money for children's charities and local nonprofits all over the North Lake Tahoe area. So it's 40 events, 10 days, and I run ads to promote various events and the entire festival, which I've branded as Mountain Mardi Gras. I bet if you probably Google Mountain Mardi Gras, it probably comes up as a sponsored ad. Okay, let me give you a story about how the ad works. So you are an organization, okay, and you walk into a casino, and the pit boss comes to you with a box, and in the box are $10,000 worth of chips, and the pit boss says these are yours to use. Whatever you win, you get to take home. Whatever you don't use, I take back, but I'll give you a new box with $10,000 in chips next month, and I'll do this every month for a year. Now, if you spend most of it, he'll renew your agreement automatically for the next year. That's basically it, how the ad stuff works. Um, so that's kind of what it is, right? Ads and Workspace. Now, how to get one. So there's a process, and I'll put the link here. I do urge most nonprofits to get a hold of me to have I can hand walk you through the sign up process. It's going to take about 20 minutes, right? You're gonna need your basic tax information, your EIN, you'll need the tax document from the IRS that says you're a nonprofit. You will also need the person, the signator who's on that IRS document, their name and email needs to match your organization's email. So you can't have, say, the executive director is a signator, and they're using AOL or Yahoo, God forbid, as an email. It happens. They're not gonna accept that. So you need to make sure first that whoever signed off on the tax document with the IRS that qualifies your org as a nonprofit with the IRS, that name matches the name matches an email address that's tied to your organization. So that's essentials. Those are the 2 little hurdles. There's some other paperwork. You need an address, you need a phone number. The phone number also needs to match what's on file with IRS. Basics, right? Nothing too complicated. Now, in my experience, and I've done this dozens and dozens and dozens of times, it can take anywhere from a week to 2 weeks for Google to vet your org. Once you're vetted, let's say 2 weeks, 2 business weeks, so 10 days, um, you'll get an email from Google saying, "Welcome, you've been accepted." Okay, now there's more paperwork to do, but it's not complicated. I also probably should walk you through that. That'll take about a half hour. Once we get that done, that will trigger the acceptance for the ads, the in-kind donation for the advertising. And then the workspace is a little bit more complicated because that's where like you get me, an IT professional, to come in and start at least explaining in more detail how you would leverage it. But basically, it's the cloud system that can help you streamline and organize your entire nonprofit's IT infrastructure, security, access, email, domains, email, everything that you are everything any well-heeled organization needs is included in Workspace. So let's see, we've covered what it is, the ads, the Workspace, how to get one, and how to use it, which I kind of touched a few times on. That's really it in a nutshell. However, I've had clients who said, "Yeah, we got this. We'll do it on our own." And then, like 3, 4 weeks go by, and they get a hold, and they said, "Hey, Che, we haven't heard back from Google." And I would say, "Well, do a search for Google for nonprofits in the email address that you sent your application into." And I see the red flags quickly. Well, you're using AOL email or Yahoo or whatever, using the wrong email address. So your application is tied up and you need to start all over. And now they're going to put you way back in the bus, and it's not going to be a week or two. Now it will take 2 to 3 months. So you definitely don't want to make a mistake during the sign up process. And my fee's pretty simple. It's 275 bucks from the application process to the acceptance process, and then within that, I will include the 3rd step, which is getting the ad grant approved. So first you get approved generally as a nonprofit, right? You're vetted, and then after that, you have to get vetted again for the ads. And that would only take about 3 to 5 business days or less. So that's it. I'll put some information about how to get started down below. I do encourage nonprofits to contact me before moving forward on their own. This is a highly technical program. Oh my gosh, I'm already at 8 minutes and 40 seconds. I would not suggest a nonprofit with no experience or staff in this space to move ahead without a professional to at least hold their hand during the process. All right, everybody, have a great day. Have a great weekend. It's Saturday. It's beautiful and sunny out here in Sacramento, California. Take care.